Some people say it's like really quiet, and some people say it's like loud. What have we been up to then? Was your week been? I seen you yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, yeah. Do have a new command as well. It isn't in the title. Exclamation mark outpost. There's all the lovely information on our affiliate. Always kind of want to say sponsor. There's not really a sponsor. It's like an affiliate thing, really. Work today. Got pizza. Time and chill. Nice. What kind of pizza did you get? Oh, there we go. Nice. That's all right. I think it's all right. It's like a thing, right? Really? Nice. This. Yeah. Right. So I should have done before we start streaming. Sometimes we just run out of time. 70s. So is it time for the Slann to get all gussied up? It sure is. I'm gonna swap over to the not my giant face camera. Just a tick. Right, go. It's this way. Oh, that's me. So here we are. This is the Slann Mage Priest, or Star Caller, Star Priest, Star Mage, something like that's what it's called now. So this is its big, like bit chair thing that it's palanquin. Yeah, this is the big floating chair it sits on. The reason it sits on one of these big massive chairs is because the Slann themselves don't want to touch the ground that Chaos has touched. So they sit on these big floating palanquins. Means that they get to move around without touching the corrupted earth. I thought it was quite cool. This is my Mr. Frog itself. This has been like really stripped back. There's a couple of different options you can build from out the kit. 2 heads and 2 sets of arm options. It's a quick getaway from Miss Piggy. Oh man, I could make a Miss Piggy somewhere. Do like a pink skink somewhere maybe. Yeah, there's 2 sets of arms and 2 heads, and a couple of like head crest options as well. So like the other one was like a big one with like big jowls and like a big crown. The other set of arms was like him doing like a one of these hands. Yeah, where are we? Like one of these hands with a big staff. Which I didn't like. It was a bit too kind of opulent for what I wanted, so went with a bit more stripped back, a little bit more traditional kind of looking Slann. This one usually has like a big, like gold necklace, black thing that sits on his chest, which we've taken off as well. So it's very reminiscent of like the original Slann. And if you don't know what the original Slann looks like, I found an old white dwarf. Again, yeah. Oh. This was the original Slann. Is in here. Is this one? this is the original Slann. We can see ours kind of a lot of kind of nods, like the original kind of pose, as opposed to it being super dripping. How cool is this diorama though? Like, how cool is that? And I think this is kind of the like this maybe might be kind of what we go with. Like, I like this kind of white fleshy torso, and then everything else around him being quite kind of lizardy. I do like this like green and orange, which would be a little bit of a nod. Get the glare off there. But a little bit of a nod to what my original color scheme for my lizard was going to be, which was green with orange. This is why I love the old white dwarfs as well, by the way. Like, actual painting guides and like color theory and all that good shit. And an heavy metal masterclass. Now, I didn't do this one, but I did do Typhus one way back when. I did this one when I had this as a kid. And I followed this through, and it was like, it was so good. And they just don't do painting cards like this anymore now. When you do the actual model, not everything is plastic terrain they make. Yeah. And you can see here in this picture, like this is a like a handmade thing. This is a Mordheim building from the Mordheim set. Recognize the corners in 40k. These were, I think these were like resin bunkers that they did, sandbag bunkers that they did. But this board as well, like, this is what really like got me into 40k as well, way back when this issue. Like, look at that board, man. Like when they made boards for Battle Reports in Games Workshop and White Dwarfs and stuff. So cool. Yeah. So this is what we're thinking. An Asaurus painting guide. Look at that. Look at that. This was the issue that had the Saurus, the Lizardman release, which had largely been unchanged up until literally 2-3 weeks ago. This is from 2003? 2003, I think. Yeah, 2003. So literally 20 years had those same Saurus. So yeah, this is a vibe. This one, I can. There we go. Yeah, so this orange one is like an absolute vibe. I really like this. This purple one as well, like the yellowy flesh. I like this as well. Yeah, I really don't know what I want to do. Pretty sure I got issue 3 because I was working there at the time. Yeah, it was the had all of that campaign that they did. Had all that stuff in, which where the Defiler got released, all that kind of good stuff. So I need to decide tonight whether we're going to work on the chair or the wizard himself. I feel like the chair's probably going to take the longest amount of time because it's just a lot. Well, there's nothing particularly complicated about it. Like, there's a lot to it, kind of a lot going on as well. There we go. You know, like vast majority of it's going to be stone. I think I want to keep it quite simple. Some of these embellishments maybe doing like a distressed gold. I don't really want to do anything sort of like too kind of crazy on it. See how much back we can see with the this is going to sit like here. Yeah, there's quite a lot of detail in the back here, which I don't really think you're going to be able to see very much of once the Slann itself is in. Right. Babe on. One of the green with the orange hand. It is cool, like, isn't it? I'm trying to think how about I'm going to do it. Okay. I think we will start with a Slann, just because it's going to be a quick win. I think we'll be able to get this Slann done, no bother, and we might even be able to get like the base coats on for the stone and like the dry brushing bits done. Maybe it's like a wash on or something like that, which would like tie us up for the evening. I think that sounds like a plan. I think you're right. I think green with like the orange hands, and like the fleshy belly, I think it's gonna be the one. Like, but I feel like a lot of Slann on very simple monocolored skin, doing some variation, sort of make them unique. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think we've pushed one of our pins like all the way in. Good effort. Yeah, we have it. Get another pin. I've made the pinholes for this one just ever so slightly too big. Eh. I've been looking for like a remember snot green from the old GW colours? I've been after like a snot green colour for ages, like a proper good snot green colour. I think I've worked out like a way I can mix it. I think. What's going on here? Just gonna have to glue a pin in. Had really shit luck with super glue recently. Every time I put super glue, it's been like dried out in the tub. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just heat or what. Honest. Right, there we go. Actually attached now. Like Gorilla Glue's all for doing that. Yeah, I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a thick gel, but I've never normally had issues with it. Like, I used to use it quite a bit. Then I went through the mistake of getting like really thin super glues for a while, which were just unusable, like just spill everywhere. Tray out. Need to organize this. Very easy to get. What I'm thinking about doing is just going back to my old streaming schedule of like a Monday and a Wednesday. I think they were like the kind of the sweet spots for us. I think this month would have been like all the bank holidays. This is kind of like thrown us out of a bit of a whack. Past couple of months, we were doing really well. We were like getting really consistent and getting like confusing. And unfortunately, it just seems to kind of quieten off, which is largely my own fault for not staying consistent. But we'll try and get back onto it. Bit of flow improver. We've got quite a few kind of new things on the horizon, like project-wise. Obviously, we've got all this Seraphon stuff. So this is the last piece of the Seraphon stuff that I want to do for the time being. We do have a whole bunch of stuff coming that I pre-ordered at the weekend. That should come hopefully for next Saturday. Which is some Osiris, some Croxagore, and one of the new champions, the Astrolith Bearer. Apparently Vallejo's Sick Green is almost an exact match for Snot Green. I do have Sick Green. It doesn't come out the way I remember Snot Green coming out, if that makes sense. It comes out a little bit more kind of like muted. I do have the airbrush paint for it though, so I might give it a go after this. I'll hide it on. I'm just going to try and shoot this in all the darkest places for the time being. We're a little bit zoomed out. Let's get zoomed back in again. Do a good old black coverage on this. Try and avoid the hands where we can. These little bracelet things, I think, will make a nice kind of hard edge. The green, like transition into the orange with. You threw out all my old stuff a while back because it's just one of those terrible screw top pots. Solid lump. Oh, nightmare. I think we'll do his little like fin feet green as well. What do we think? A bit dark there. I'll let me see a little bit. Oh, that's too bright. Sorry, everyone. Oh no, it's too dark. Ah, too right. Wrong bit. Right. A nice solid and opaque coat here. Right. Let's clean this out. Although actually, while we've got it in, we might as well do some of the green that's on this base. Getting some colours here. Probably come to regret this as we do the grey, but get it on and then we're not wasting paint. Angel Tasha, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. How have we been? We're painting some of our new Lizardman Seraphon. Working on the Slann Mage Priest, Slann Star Priest or Star Wizard or whatever it is called these days. Right, fine. Jesus, 5 ads. Just the default one, I think. Or they're in, I think, every hour. Like that. Might need to have a look at the ad settings. I know a few people have said theirs has gone like a bit kind of crazy. What the like default recommendations are. See if I can turn it down a bit. What have we been up to, Tasha? How's it going? I wonder if that's why we're just not getting people like hanging about. If it's like gone to like what will have been 5 ads, like 2.5 minutes of ads or something. No one wants to 2.5 minutes of ads. Yes, I can finally see you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 5 ads seems excessive. I think my ad schedule is like once an hour though. So how long was that? 2.5 minutes of ads? Ridiculous like that, maybe. I'll have to check what the settings have done. Right. What? Heading for. Yep, like straight off boom ads. Yeah, I mean that's not too uncommon. I think it's set to be like you have so many things of ads before it'll show. So this is the sick green that you're on about. Nisk. She looks quite a bit more sort of desaturated than I remember. Well, ads, but not 6 of them when you first join. Yeah, I'll have to have a look to see what the crack is. The settings. Obviously, something's gone wrong somewhere. Like get a ton of ads all at once when you first start watching for the day. Yeah, I mean it depends on what the person you're watching, what their settings are. Because Twitch, like I'm convinced that Twitch makes you less discoverable the less ads you run as well. It's just finding the balance. But yeah, six adverts off the rip seems a bit excessive. Try this. Green. Yeah, it depends what the settings are. Yeah, I don't know what mine are. Obviously fucking insane. On the plus side though, you are supporting the channel by watching the ads. So that's all gravy. And if I remember I think I've got them set at like the ad frequency is like at its maximum. I think it's like once an hour, every hour and a half. Some shit like that. So you shouldn't get any more ads. I think if I worked it out, if you would only ever see one set of ads during my stream, just because like for how long I stream for. You should be ad free for the rest of the evening now. Right, let's see what this screen's. So this is Green Skin Flesh by Skill 75 Fantasy and Games. Yeah, it's okay. But on slightly happier news, what have you been up to, Ash? Out there now? Any modelling, any painting? what we've been working on, what we've been up to, any games we're playing. Did you finish Harry Potter? That was the last time I spoke to you. This is Bumper Pants. Hello. Northern Realms Gaming, our eating nerd. I just feel that's you, Daryl. I'm scanning. I need to get back into modelling and painting and not finish Harry Potter yet. Dragging that out. What sort of model-y, painty stuff have you got to do? What gave it away? Just, yeah, love and welcome message. Surprised you didn't come in with a big old, big weave, opening weave statement. Ooh, fucking an awful join there. Not what that? Right. That's quite a groovy little green that we've got going on there. I'll have to come in with a hairy brush, I think, and get like a lot of the face detail done. Who are you like? Ads on, trying to give you me Prime, but I need to log into a personal account. Default. Right. Building up this nice big toady green kind of colour. Mixed far too much of this green though.
You're the best!
Skelbert.
Gilbert, thank you very much for the sub. That seemed really quiet in my ears. Wait. There we go. A good deed for the well, you can, if you just maintain it every month for a 12 month, then it will be a good deed for you, like an actual year, won't it? Thank you very much for your Twitch Prime though. Much appreciated. We're painting a Slann Mage Priest. Doing some quick kind of airbrush work at the moment. and build up a nice vibrant green. And go in with the brush. Yeah, this like I think this green skin green is more of what I remember. Magic Jabba Frog, woo. Yeah, green skin flesh is like what I remember Snot Green as being, rather than this, which reminds me of Goblin Green, Games Workshop Goblin Green. Which is totally different. Like this is get a typical mix up. Like this is Leo's Goblin Green as well. Now it may well be that what I've got is the new formula thick green from the new model range, like new model thing. Thank you for the live, Tasha. Because I do also have like this is also six green from this effectively what is the same model range, and it's totally different. Like this sick green's more like a goblin green. So either I've got a mislabeled goblin green, or they've changed what sick green is. And it could well be both. Right, let's give this a quick rinse out. Now, do I like really lean into this like orange and green split color and do the belly orange as well, or like a red into an orange? What I was thinking, and do like the hands and the like cheek sack, the orange, like a really bright orange, and then do the belly like a reddy orange kind of thing. What do we reckon? Ooh, bit of a close. Don't ever watch my streams if you're precious about paint wastage. I waste a lot of it. Something in my head says the belly should be a pale color. Yeah, like me too. As well. And I think it might be too much if I did the hands, the cheeks, and the belly in the orangey kind of color. I think.
Can you see me? Because I can't see you.
Can it see? Can it you see? There you go. Nick and Bezon on me alert. Every single one of my channel redemptions has a sound on it. Told you to. Twitch like being a pure bad influence. Yeah, every one of my channel part redemptions has a sound attached to it. either. We've got a clog supply. Dried paint, because this is just not one. Airbrush drama. What have we been up to then? Call you Dara, or would you prefer Scalebot or something else? I'm conscious about using people's real names. That's better. Then, right. Oh, have I now over-thinned this now that the clog's cleared? Oh, nice. All right. Getting like kind of Piccolo green vibes from Dragon Ball Z now. By no means a bad thing. It's actually kind of the green I was aiming for. It's a good green. Yeah, getting many. Does anybody know what the crack is with showing like replica historical weapons on Twitch? Is it against terms of service? Just I can't remember the last time I streamed. But I feel like I've not streamed since I've come back from York. I went to York a couple of weekends ago, and I bought it when I was there. I was just gonna. Honestly, couldn't say. Yeah, like I know there's a thing about like firearms and stuff, and that extends to like airsoft ones as well. Right, just gonna let that green settle in. I'm gonna go get my I'm gonna go get my axe. I want to show you anyway. And if I get reported, I know it's one of you shy bags. I've done it. So, here's it. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, big old axe. Big boy. Ooh. Go heavy. Got it from the Jorvik Centre over in York. It's blunted, obviously. But I quite like the framework and stuff on. Just looking for a way to hang it. The head is so head, it definitely needs a pommel. Yeah. Like, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a like a wooder type of thing, rather than like a weapon of war. Like, it has that look to it about it to me. Oh. Itchy. I'd open my window, but there's like a kid learning to play the piano like somewhere around near me. All I can hear at the minute is like clang, 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 clang on a fucking piano. Some green on some of these vines, some of these leaves. Probably all gonna need like redone at some point anyway, but oh. We'll hide some colour on, and then it kind of gives us a bit of an idea about what I want to do with it. The idea is it's going to get covered in dirty down moss effects anyway. Right, we've got odds of this green. We can either two. Do we go? I think we can go probably like a step or two higher with this green at the airbrush before we have to come in with like a hairy brush. We also want to get some as well. And we're gonna go for like still quite a greeny flesh. What I'm thinking, like green tinted flesh. That we're gonna bust out. We're gonna bust out the forest skin from Leo Nocturna. Just do this. That'll do. So, yeah, brush cleaner away, so we don't do that again. I remember once doing some airbrush work, spending ages on some lovely blends, and then I got my bottles mixed up and put in airbrush cleaner instead of airbrush thinner, which it did thin the paint down, but it also fucking sandblasted the paint off as well. That was loads of fun. This is quite like a it's quite like it's almost like a sandy kind of skin tone. Gonna put some on like the knees and the elbows as well. Something I'm like starting to vibe with doing a little bit more is like these kind of like fleshy, like almost like thinned flesh on like the elbows and the knees and stuff like that. Hold up. I'm gonna hit the hands with the same flesh color, then work the orange into that. We've got a bit more of a like natural tone. I think. Getting hot in here. Skin. Deep forest skin. What's this one? Pale flesh. That's not flesh. Pale flesh. Be better paste for the orange for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Thought there for a minute that his hand went like up and behind the crystal skull. Fortunately. Kind of going back to the like top-down view again. Just I think it gives a bit of a better shot with my painting.
magic is real magic.
Or read Sun.
Crack myself again. Thank you very much for the resub. Cardinal, 3 months. How's it going? Hope you've had a decent aircraft. Zooming in onto the live box. Busy working on the Toadmeister. I'll read some. Yes, we're just working on the Slann here. Done some work on the green, working on some flash bits. We're going to come in with a brush to do the rest of these fleshy bits. Fine. Green, I think. Step. Right. So, get the proper palette out. Cleaned out. Read nerd. Your way. Oh. Quite big. After him, I'll painting some super small moonstone mini, or maybe league. I mean, in terms of painting yourself, I don't know what I would go with. What's moonstone minis though? They're like teeny tiny scale. Now I'm asking you questions as you're trying to leave. Moonstone is a skirmish game. Ooh. Oh, here's a link. Some. Right. Got proper labyrinth aesthetic. Ooh. Right. Let's get this fucking lid off this thing. Oh, wow. Some paper. Ooh, check this out. Nice. Oh, they look well cool. I dig it. Enjoy. You gonna get down, paper? as well to combat is a bluff game with cards. I always fancied Malifaux for that same reason, where you play with like a deck of cards. Right. This is what we have at the moment. Molly is great. Right, is that better? Kind of hard to tell. A bit washed out at the minute. Who knows? Who only knows? Right. So this will be green. For the skin. We're fine. We're fine. Next up. Greens. So flesh on. Tail flesh, forest flesh. Forest. Well, no, fine. I'm just a very happy chap. Yeah. Forest skin. The shadow. Okay, I think we're going to bust out the brand new, never yet used Windsor & Newton Series 7s. Let's go. Right. Yeah. I'm going to do first and re-establish shadows. Frog butt. Like the frog butt. How was everyone's Tuesday been then? New people joining the chat? Anybody been up to anything fun and exciting, or has it just been work? Or if your work's fun and exciting, then let us know. Been getting back into play some of the Division 2 again recently. About how much like fun that game was and how good like the combat system was. Running around just blowing shit up. Generally just being a menace. Been a lot of fun. I haven't had that game in a hot minute. They changed it much. I don't think so. Like, I'm not really sure. Like what, if anything, is like kind of new on it. Other than, like, I think it's like it still gets supported. Like the gameplay loops like still pretty decent on it. Just glazing some of this green back in now. Try and punch up some of the vibrancy a little bit. Dark. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on the back, like you can't even see. It's just so typically like the way that I paint. Spend ages on all the details you'll never see. I don't think there's been any more DLC for it. They did the like Return to New York kind of DLC. I think that was kind of about it. Kind of like where it kind of started and stopped. I thought it was a bit of a shame because the first division got quite a bit of content for it. But it could well be that they're just they don't do like paid DLC for it anymore. They just content just comes in sort of like seasons, I guess. You thinking about doing mottling on the skin or just like a flick green? Well, so this is the thing. Like, if I was gonna do it, it would be on the back, but you're not gonna see it when it sits on the chair. If I was gonna do it anywhere, I would probably do it on the belly and do like liver spot, maybe. Could do like bits on the head. Yes, I really thought about that. What sort of thing were you thinking? Like adding texture is something I want to like I'm starting to try to get better at, rather than everything just being kind of flat and smooth. But you're right, I could do some like orange spots like over like down the crest of his skull. That could look quite cool and also help tie in a bit of the like the orange motif sort of thing. Yeah, mostly just protection, like nothing to it there, but like the liver spot sort of blemishes, that kind of. Certainly try it. She just turning into a tree frog or anything. Tree frog was like a scheme that I did for a while. But like with anything, when I look at those sorts of things, that like they look really cool in nature, but they don't always translate. Dark, dark, dark. Excuse me. Fucking hell. Ooh, easy boy. This is... It's a nice one. That. What I need you to do as well is when I finish streaming, like as I'm finishing streaming, you need to tell us to clean my brushes with brush soap. Because, I mean, in fairness, actually, the Winsor Newtons that I've been using, I've used pretty consistently now for easy a year. And they've only just failed on this. But I think I probably could have got longer out of them if I'd been a bit more careful with them. But I used them for literally everything. They've done nearly, well, in fact, over 400 miniatures, like things that I've painted. Can you see all that? Okay. Like, I feel like it's not very well, not being very well captured again at the minute. But is it excellent on this rise? Excellent. That's what we're striving for, which is fine. That's good. So it's, yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell on my my shitey monitor. Actually, good. Good. What I've done is I've realised that I spent loads of money getting nice monitors, and then I had a shitey one on my desk. Then I got gas mounted arms, so my leftmost PC monitor can now be turned around to my painting desk. If you're worried about us seeing things, just hold it a bit closer to the camera every now and again when you paint a picture. That's a shout out. But what I can do, this, yeah, pop, boom, pop. And now it's slightly far away, but I can actually see a little bit what's going on a bit better. Screen camera. Yeah. Oh yeah, that like actually look. Now that I'm on like a decent monitor, it looks okay. Right. Anyway, back to where we were. This kind of color differently. Yes, I bet. I think what I'm going to do is come in with some like thinned Walpus pink contrast on these like lip bits. I'm assuming this bit here is like a lip piercing. That's at the very least what I'm going to do that. Like, sketch the eye in a bit as well. Ah, thank you, prune juice. I'll have a cup of coffee, please, if you're making. Thank you. Drink your prune juice. Oh, bloody rude. Does look a little bit like me though, doesn't it? It's interesting you have the stomach so realistic. Ah, I pissed on your chips today. Jesus. I don't know, I'm going to go cry into a tub of lard. I know. Are you excited for Shatterpoint? I'm excited for Shatterpoint. Well, I did have bit of an existential crisis today while I was sat taking a shit of all things. The division to distract yourself, but yes. I do. Yes, I had a bit of a mental crisis today when I was taking a shit. I was like, I've got so much to pin. So much. Sat and worked it out, like what's in me like pile of shame to do, which is six augers. 6 augers. Technically 7, but one's unbuilt. 7 augers to do. All of the Japanese stuff from the Island Assault box that we got. The American half, mostly done, but vast majority in the American. I bought some metal Japanese officers to go with my my Japanese stuff. Got them pinned. Got some German officer box to pin, which has another MMG, couple of officers, a medic, big artillery observer to pin, unit of 10 infantry. That's not actually that much really left for my and a Pack 38 crew to got that too. All of the Shatterpoint stuff that's coming, which is like 4 teams worth of stuff. Got 13 Space Marines for a commission. I've got a Hungarian Bolt Action Army to do for a commission. Got NISCs. Thank you. We've got NISCs. Gundam diorama to do. And then we've got all of the Seraphon stuff that I've ordered to do. Another box of Saurus, 2 boxes of Croxagore, an Astrolith Bearer. I need to get 2 Saurus on Carnosaurs to do as well for that army. Plus the other army that I want to do for the Seraphon, which I need a Skink Priest on a Troglodon, and a spawn of Chotek, Temple Guard for that list. It's a lot. It's a lot. Untangling my headphones. Yeah, my headphone wire had a bit of a disaster. Got sucked up by the Hoover. So we're a little bit fucked. Oh, right. That's hot. Used to buy some new headphones and get you a new GPU while you're at it. Get you a 1070 Ti, mate. That'll sort you right out. I do need some new headphones though. I'm gonna get some bonus I'm gonna get another set of Steel Series Optus Pros. Because they were lush, and them being wireless was just such a boon, so again, Martlock's coming in, just stealth today, offering to give GPUs out. 980 GTX. Just do like an SLI thing that would get you like just 3 or 4% on use of the benchmark. Hitting the frog and yeah. Hitting the frog, Martlock's even, sorry. Yes, yeah, it's definitely a U frog. I think we need some like flesh wash. I think I need something on my skin as well. Like skin's just gone like, you know, I feel like I've lost a lot on my skin. Right. Or do anything. Yeah. Get all this webbed stuff in. Hello, Henry. How's it going? That's yeah, can cheers, I. Trying to work through some of this Seraphon stuff. Trying not to have a mini meltdown about the amount of commission projects I've got sat waiting to be done. Good problem to have, but you know. Funky that paint. Shatterpoint the weekend, I'm excited. Oh, does that mean the Shatterpoint stuff's going to arrive at the same time as the Seraphon pre-order? Think about that. God damn. God damn. Is it lucky to rub the belly of the Buddha toad? No, it's probably quite the opposite. Don't think they'd be overly pleased with you if you did that. Probably just delete you out of existence. I would imagine. I always imagine Slann are very grumpy. All the time. Never see one smiling. No, this says not allowed to be shipped till the 16th, you think, for us. Oh, okay. I mean, sad, but also probably good. laser. You've seen a Slann laugh. Had a hot dog and a bag of crisps as well, mind. And kind of need to see that, I think. Right. The world's longest bristled brush. Uh, No, I took the bot off of the link because it was fucking with the stuff that I have that has links on, and I couldn't be chewed to like set up a thing and let me do it or let somebody else do it. Links are fine.
Drink your prune juice!
Water or coffee, Henry? Because I have both. I'm going to take coffee anyway. Right. I don't like where this skin's going on the stomach at all. So, I think what we're going to do is going. I'm going to change up my skin a little bit. Brush again. First, what I want to do is I want to stick some more like mad green colors on this skin, on this frog skin. With a bit of this, bit of this, bit of. I'm going to come in with some Slimer green, which is like a nice big toxic in the green. We're going to push some of this vibrancy back up, I think, on the screen. muted, I think, when I've been glazing. Once again, spending all my time on the back of the model, which you'll never see once it's glued into the chair. So let's stop doing that. What do I think? Better? Green in there, but I always forget that inks are an option as well. So all I've done now is just I've put in some a little drop of yellow ink, green. That'll lighten it significantly, but without desaturating the color. Here we are. This is now sort of entering the territory that I wanted. Yeah, this is where I should have just gone from the get-go, I think. That was Slimer green with some yellow ink. It's a bit of scorpion green, but not quite so luminous. Yeah, like I still want to keep it quite soft. I still want it to look sort of natural, I guess. Yeah, it's a little bit. Right. Typically, like the back looks the best, and you're never gonna fucking see it. Right. Now, time for some neat yellow ink. I do now kind of regret not doing my Saurus in this like toxic green color now. But actually this will serve as a good like test bed for when I do the chameleon skin, so the Hunters of Huanshi, as they're now called. This is the kind of like green vibrancy that I want to get for them there. There's just a bit more work on the back bit there. Enjoy the source in the green. If one can set on the basis, although right now can't be master paints, casting up parts for the Saurus guard. What are you casting up? The halberds, the head. Definitely feel like they missed a trick not doing the Saurus as a dual kit. Headdress helmet thing from the Saurus from the underwear box. Okay, yeah. The shoulder pads from the old pink can as well. Nice. What's your plan for them? Just stick them on the new Saurus? I replaced the spears for halberds from the old kit. So yeah, that's fair. I say I like genuinely think they missed it like an absolute trick doing them as a dual kit. Why would you want old Saurus guard when you can have new Saurus? Like I mean, like they're gonna look. It's gonna look weird next to the new Saurus. Like. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Right. So it's weird. It's a weird one. Surprised me to see a forge-world upgrade kit though, since they're clearing house. I mean, really, all we need is some armored heads, and the halberds. Like, that's it, really. That's all we need from that kit. Don't even know what their weapon profile says their weapons are these days. Is it still halberds, or is it? I'm assuming it would be like Celestite, something or other, right? Oh, it's halberd. Not even sure they get a better armor. Yeah. Oh, need to check. It's not actually looked at a lot of the rules stuff. For them. They do get a better save, apparently 3+. Yeah, it's only up by 1 though, right? Because and yeah, you get the lockouts there. The tyrant, I think I've got the same rule for the tyrant. Then I always think that just kind of covers, or if your screen fails, I guess, doesn't it? Not actually how much, like, is taking 20 Saurus with spears and just making a horseshoe around the Slann, is that actually going to be better? You want clubs so you can get the jaws, pole arms, guard, clubs, range. What? You not get the bite attacks if you use spears? Oh, I guess ones that aren't combo range. Yeah, but if you take them and use 10, you're going to get within an inch, right? The bases are an inch, so. My question was more like, because you obviously mentioned the jaws. Do you mean like you don't get the jaw attacks with spears? Oh, of course, right, because, yeah, I get you meaning now. I'm there. I'm with you. Yeah, you're still like you can still be in range of the spears, but out of range of the jaws attack. I thought you meant the bite at the end of combat. Is what I was being a big dumb. Yeah, so they don't hit as often, but they've got Rend 2 rather than Rend 1. I think that was the difference from memory. Couldn't tell you what the Saurus Guard do because I've not looked at their profile with any of regularity. Yeah, see, that would be cool. Like Temple Guard, but armed with the same weapons that Croxagors have, just smaller. I could vibe with that. What do I think of this big pink belly? Is it too pink? Bit too pink, very warm blood or reptilian. Yeah, we need to saturate. Was yeah, like if Kermit ate Miss Piggy. The thing I'm trying to step away from though is this idea that they're like warm-blooded, cold-blooded, like you know, they are fantasy lizards. So they absolutely could have like red blood, like all that jazz. So I'm trying not to get too like wrapped up in that side of it. Plus the idea of a I like the idea of a Slann and a jumper when it gets a little bit too cold. Who's broken up? Miss Piggy. Officially no longer a couple. Oh. Well. Well, there you go. Things we'll learn. How did it end? Was there drama? Was your bear involved? Kermit come out the closet. It was all amicable apparently. Hairy brush time, I think. Yeah. I mean, Miss Piggy is a bit of a diva, like. Bum, 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 bum. Soften up them hard edges a bit. Feeling a bit better about that actually. I quite like the like the fleshy pink. Keep trying to build up like current-ish layers. Yeah, I'm starting to buy with it a little bit more. Also, we're gonna get like a whole bunch of warmth in when we do like the orange hands and the orange cheeks and stuff as well. Definitely feel like we're starting to get some with it again. Also, what's that? He's holding a skull, severed head, or an idol. So it's actually one of the magic items you can take from. It's a crystal skull. I've kind of shifted my seating position, so I'm kind of sat on a bit of a wonk, but yes, it's like an ornate skull kind of thing. I'm not going to do it crystal. I think I'm just going to do it in the same kind of like aged star metal that I've done everything else in, which is like a warm kind of silver, goldy silver, and then like a really like fine verdigris wash from Dirty Down. I think as it turns out, I think the crystal skull's actually an item that you take in the other list, like the other sub faction compared to the one that I'm doing. But I preferred it over the other one, which had like a big kind of gold like scepter over it. It's a shame though, because I actually like the other hand and the scepter, but you can't like combine the two. The other hand's like outstretched, which I thought would have been quite cool for this to have like kind of hand like out like this and sort of like or like two outstretched arms. But someone who's probably better at like converting and chopping up kits probably do it, but I wasn't taking the risk. Wasn't it maybe a piss take of the Indiana Jones movie? I think so, yeah. It was a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's always what I thought it was supposed to be. More tribes. Where's it gone? Hello man, what you doing with me, boo? What's it? Excuse me. Ah. Yes, thought that would get your attention. Pointless conversion work. Oh no, maybe it's not. Maybe it's this. Hello. Oh yes, the crystalline skull node is from Coalesced. So fashioned from meteoric diamond, strange looking skull can not only illuminate the presence of ley line convergences, but also unleash devastating bursts of raw arcane. So basically, each time you cast a spell, not dispelled, you like mark a tally. Now once per battle, you can like crack the skull, then pick an enemy unit within 12 inches of the bearer, and roll a dice equal to the number of like tallies you've got. And then on a 3+, they suffer a mortal wound. So it's pretty cool. Like it's like a bit of a nuke button. So. Well. And these little flippers in here. I was just saying I quite like the other hand from the crystal skull setup. And someone who was a bit more into their conversion work could have probably had a go of it, but I wasn't taking the risk. Up my brand new Slann model, and then only have to buy another one. No, sir. Airy brushwork around the face. And show the screen a bit more. You made a start on your Slann yet, Marta? Or was it just the Taurus that you? We haven't looked at the Slann properly yet. 50, so yes. Thing. The Slann kit's really nice, actually. I know, like, loads of people online were saying that it's not a very beginner-friendly kit. I found it fine. Like, if you just follow the instructions, like, you're kind of okay. And there's actually quite like a lot of options there. I did like a couple of different. See above, that's a big no. Oh, I see. Right, had I literally asked you that question as after you typed it? Amazing. No, it's a nice kit. There's a couple of different options for like the couple of different heads, 2 different arm options. Right on rear, a couple of different like stone plates. A couple of different options for each like armrest. So tempted to give it a hot dog hidden somewhere like Blood Bowl artwork PC trailer. Anywhere would be a great place to put it. In this bit here. In this little log. Little hot dog in there. Actually already a little frog in there, so that would kind of work. sold early for at least an empty wrapper. Yeah, like a crisp packet. Uh, I think we're kind of nearing the end of what I want to do with the skin here. I'm hoping is I'm trying to get more into using like contrast paints a bit more. Because I think they've got some real legs, and I just need to get better at using them, is the problem. I think I'm just not using them enough. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some Gryph-hound orange, a little bit of Yandon yellow. See what we get. There. We want like a nice, bright, fiery orange. Laser medium as well. I'll not use the nice brushes because I think that's how I'm best. All right. This is going to give us a nice orange to work from. Where are we? Nothing else serve as a base coat. We're getting over a brighter orange. Not as much get it on the skull. We're going to do the skull anyway. Right. Do basically just add a band black with Black Legion from contrast paint. Goes in silky smooth and covers completely. Hello, Remnant of Chaos. Yes, I've started doing that as well. I've got 2 different contrast blacks for that, and they're both really, really good. See you later, Martox. Thanks for swinging on by and spending your evening while I paint the big turbo lizard. Have a good one. Speak soon. Just gonna put myself on mute while I blast the hairdryer out. How are we doing though, Remnant? Glad to hear you're doing well. Is it Forge World Angron, or is there a Demon Prince Angron now? 40k? That thing? Ooh. Oh, did a bit of a sneeze there. Oh, my stream deck's turned off. Yeah, the new Demon Prince. Nice. If you've got any pictures you want to share, feel free to like a link up or throw something in the Discord if you're part of that. Always like to see what people are working on. You got him for free early birthday present from your local game store. Oh, no, that's fucking cool. Not really anything to share at the moment, though. He's just running black. No, that's fair. As and when you do, feel free to share it out. Right. Are you doing just the like the box art color scheme, just the like box standard kind of red and black sorts of things? And that's kind of like a somewhat decent base color for the orange for the hands. We also sneak out on the cheek. Imperial Fist yellow into the eyes. As well. Nice. Lots of pink. Right, you wait for the contrast to dry on the hands, and then we can kind of carry on. We're pretty pleased with how this has turned out so far. I think while we wait, out, let's start lining out like the metal stuff. To help separate this out and what we're doing and where we're at. Holly, oh hi, hello, welcome on in. Just swinging on by. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Let us know what you're working on if you're painting or modeling anything at the moment. You're working on the new Slann Starmaster / Star Priest, Slann Mage Priest, whatever it is called these days, from the new Seraphon army book. How you enjoying the new frog? Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice kit, and I'm really enjoying painting it so far. Doing a bit of
This is literally the greatest thing that has ever happened!
Oh, mediocre hobbies. Thank you much for the raid. Big raid.
Party of 28.
Hello, welcome on in.
Soul claimed.
Oh, mediocre hobbies. Thank you very much for the follow as well. Hope you're well. Thank you for the Giganto raid.
Another soul claimed.
I'll put my paintbrush down so I can concentrate. Polly's got 7 assembled. Nice. And it's just filling the realm shaper engine. Very good, very good. For anyone who's frog got you the raid, love me a Slann. Isn't the Slann just absolutely the most iconic Warhammer Fantasy though? Like it is for me. Not just for Lizardmen, but I think just like old school Warhammer Fantasy, absolute icon. Yeah, just great, isn't it? I'm toying with making a new Seraphon list that has like 2 or 3 of them in with Grok. Just hoying spells about like absolute mad bastard frogs. But welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. Please feel free to share anything that you're working on, any social links or anything like that. If we can get a shout out from Mediocre as well, that would be swell. But yeah, let us know what you've been working on. Anyone who's new here, RiskyPaints. Paint toy soldiers on the internet. That's kind of the long and short of my spiel. Been in the hobby for a little over 20 years. Started out with like Lord of the Rings stuff, moved over to the more mainstream stuff, took a break, did some historic stuff, and now we're back doing a lot of Games Workshop stuff, mostly in the fantasy kind of genre. So Age of Sigmar is kind of where my kind of passion is. Other than that, I do a lot of historic stuff, World War II primarily, with bolt action. We're sort of getting into some Napoleonic naval games soon with Black Seas, and I paint a lot of like busts and sculptures as well, like big things. So that's me. I don't really have much more than that. But welcome on in. Thank you very much for all the follows. I will catch up in just a second. Kabrinsky, Mediocre, and Stoogie, thank you very, very much. It's great to have it in. We are kind of edging towards that that follower goal. We're going to do something when I hit 250. So yeah, that's kind of me. What were you working on tonight, Mediocre? Hobbies? And I hope that it was anything but mediocre. At the moment, we're just waiting for the orange contrast that I've put on the Slann's hands to dry, so we can start working up the orange into something really, really nice and vibrant. Oh, excuse me. Slans are the best. Polly's got the old. Oh, that was like the very, very first one with 4 guards underneath. That's cool as fuck. Rum doesn't have a base for his demon prince. You should definitely pin it, or give it. Thank you very much, Nisk, for all the shout outs to the social media and the Discord. We do have all of those if those things are tickle your pickle. But yeah. So the kind of the inspiration behind my my frog comes from an old white dwarf that I have, which was the old kind of release the last generation of lizardmen. I have about here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. 2-6. There we go. Back. I was just saying about the wife. Yes. So this was my very first edition of White Dwarf that I bought many years ago. Not this exact one. This is the one that I rebought on eBay. But in here is a lovely guide from the Heavy Metal team about painting Slann. Find it here somewhere. There's also a nice one for Typhus here. Yeah, so this was in here. But kind of precluded to this was this lovely article that has bits about color theory and stuff in. And this, I forgot this diorama even existed. So this is the inspiration for our current Slann. Sort of the green with the orange. I don't like the white on the belly. I like the bit more of a fleshy belly. But this is kind of the inspiration. And bizarrely enough, haven't forgotten this even existed up until about an hour and a half ago. The very first test scheme that I did for all of my new Seraphon was to do orange and green. So a little nod to that. Probably takes me just to strip paint from all the models. Most things second hand, but finally did paint one priest from the Underworld's Warband. Nice and 10 king so far. Very, very cool. Yeah, the old white. Oh, we were talking about this at the start of the stream there. Like the old white dwarf was something else in terms of like the quality of the content. So the painting guide's actually useful and kind of all that jazz. But yes, did we get a shout out for Mediocre Hobbies as well? I didn't get a shout out for Mediocre Hobbies. That would be just as well as well. We'll give them a follow because follows are free. Everyone's got to help support each other. Right. Looks like it's getting there. Still loving that paint job, by the way. Thank you very much, Tasha. Zoom ourselves back in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, the back I really like, but we're not obviously when I can see any of it, it's going to be on the chair. But yeah, we've got the bits of orange to do, and it'll be like the gold on the bangles and on the skull. And that'll be it kind of done. Pick out some teeth. Did some of the eyes yellow there before. I'm going to do some nice like lizard slit kind of eyes, I think is the plan. But yeah, kind of where we're at. I got myself into something that's going to be interesting, but kind of scared me at the same time. Infinity models. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, the Infinity models are really nice. Before games which did the whole just base cut, wash, quick highlights, the looking tutorials. Yeah, I mean, you know, I get it. Like, a bit intimidating for like new hobbyists. But it would be nice if they could go back to doing something a little bit kind of above that. My friends looked at the website yesterday. I saw 40% off. One moment I was looking at Pretty Robots. The other ad, 175 euros less than your bank account. Isn't that the way? I know I was trying to be good at the weekend just gone. It was the Seraphon pre-release, like pre-order thing, and I promised myself I wasn't going to buy until I painted everything that was in the box, and I was already kind of 80% through the 10 Saurus painting. I've got the So, but then I was looking at it and I wrote an army list and I was like, should I, shouldn't I? And I was like, you know what, I want them. And I had a bit of money coming from doing some commission work. So I treated myself. We got another box of Saurus, 2 boxes of Croxagore, and an Astrolith bearer. So this is the kind of my scheme for my army. Like a very traditional kind of blue. We're doing Coalesced, which is like the kind of feral kind of like the feral, like actually like lives in the jungles and the swamps kind of lizard men. So we've done the armor quite sort of aged and distressed with some like verdigris on. They've all got kind of swampy, gross faces. Although now I don't want to paint the 40 plus Saurus you have. It's a lot. This is going to look obviously quite kind of different compared to Saurus that we have. Oh, is it the old Saurus you have? That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't want to paint the old Saurus. I mean, I remember trying to do a Lizardman army back in Warhammer Fantasy Battles, like 6th edition. And doing a unit of Saurus, and it was like 20. I fucking hated it. Or 6, it might even been 16 because it was 4x4 back then. Let's see the King Priest. I did something I shouldn't have on him. Yeah, that's fine as long as you didn't put like a massive cock on him or something in terms of service and that. But yes, we always want to see what people have been doing and working on. Please feel free to share a link into the chat, as long as it's chat friendly. Otherwise, we have a Discord, !Discord, which you can post in there too. Yeah, so this is my Saurus scheme. Got like a nice kind of reddish kind of undertone to it. Oh, you can kind of see bases a little bit. Like the bases haven't come out quite as clearly as I want them to. Whichever, Polly, whichever you prefer. As long as the link that you put in the chat, safe. But I don't like to bully people into joining Discord. Share pictures. Oh, nice, done the Pokeball thing. That's well clear. I think I might have seen yours. I'm already following you. I'm sure I'd seen this. Sure I've seen this before. Yeah, I'm already following you on Instagram. Lovely stuff on here, Mike. Oh, I like that yellow on that squig. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought I'd seen that before. I'm pretty sure I followed your Instagram account yesterday, I think. Small world. Right, how are we looking on this orange? Okay, that looks to have dried now. Gotcha. Small world indeed, yeah. Oh. That worked just nicely. Mars orange. Probably have some proper pigs for the skinks in the next couple of days. Nice, look forward to seeing them. See how this orange shapes up with contrast. I think it should be okay. We're playing with the skinks on one of the dioramas at work. Oh, nice. Putting them in a scenic battle against Stormcaster, my friend. Nice. Where do you work then, if you don't mind sharing? You working like a game store or? We're called Gamers Grass. Yeah, I've heard of Gamers Grass. That's really cool. I am actually a huge fan of Gamers Grass product. I've used Gamers Grass Tough on the bases of my Seraphon, the brown spiky and the neutral spiky bushes I used. I used the very short 2mm moss tufts as well. On a lot of my my commissions as well. I use them on. That's well cool. What capacity do you mostly do battle ready bases all day? That's well cool. So what kind of work is it you do for them? Again, you could, if you don't want to answer, like if it's too much of a personal question, please feel free. But I always find it fascinating to find people who work for like companies in the industry. And if you've got any good little like tips and tricks and hacks for basing, I'd most definitely be interested in that. Anything to make my life easier. Just that I put tufts on the battle ready base. They're all hand painted. Nice. Yeah, sorry, the battle ready bases are the like the ones that come pre-painted and pre-tuffed, aren't they? I've been asked that a lot lately. I mean, I think it's a cool question to ask, especially if you've got some kind of insider knowledge on the like on the basing scene. I do like the game and ready base, or the like the urban like ruins ones. I wish I'd seen when I was doing my late war Germans that I did for Fall of Berlin. I just did like rubble mixes for all their bases, and they're just kind of like they're just a bit meh. But those urban bases are lovely. So what I always suggest is to imagine what sort of landscape your model would be roaming, search for reference pictures of those landscapes, and then replicate as best you can. Yeah, that's a really good shout. I was like to have at least 3 different height of tufts and laser. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've tried to do that for my Seraphon, to introduce just like different like play with height a little bit more. Just with the models, so like, and I've not put tufts on like every single base. I've tried to make each base look unique. But still like tied together, so I've kind of gone like a lot of quite natural textures, things like barks and twigs. So firstly, adding like 6mm tuft, 4mm tuft, and then end with 2mm tiny tuft. After doing the tuft, add some plants coming out of those bigger tufts. Very good. I have to try and remember that. Yeah, like the laser cut plants is something I've never really tried. I think it's just the daunting aspect of like getting the getting the paper and like shaping it, I think, is what kind of not puts me off, but that's kind of what like intimidates me enough to like not try it. If that makes sense. And I still very much come from like an age of the hobby where basing was quite understated. The ship really easy with tweezers. Okay. You know what it is? I might have to pick some up then, especially for some of my bigger bases for my for the Seraphon, which I'm trying to do sort of like swampy, jungly kind of rainforest. Like vibe to them. So would there be particular like laser cut plants that you'd recommend for that kind of? Sorry, I just must feel like you're at fucking work. But what would you, any sort of thing you'd recommend for that? Okay. Got some tutorials on the website, not mistaken, on YouTube too, but I don't want to just be plugging stuff. That wasn't the intention. Sorry. Always feel bad, but just love talking about bass. No, not at all. Like, absolutely just talk about always talk about the things that you're passionate about. Like, it doesn't matter whether that's associated with like what your job is or what your business is. That's kind of what we're all about here. The theme, yeah, so like sort of like rainforesty, jungle, kind of wet and like down kind of jungly kind of feeling to it. what I've been doing is I've gotten some hollow bases from Green Stuff World, and I've been kind of like filling them up with bits of bark and twigs, and some of the spiky tufts from Gamer's Grass, and like mud texture, and then putting like tinted Vallejo still water through it, to give it that kind of like wet, kind of pooled look to it, I guess. I'm not very good at explaining myself. For lizard plants, a bit what I used to do so far. So using brackens, dry brackens, plantain, lilies, geoffern, monstera. If you want to add a pot of colour, some alien rosette. But you can pick some of those. I go a bit overkill. Yeah, so like I was saying, I kind of come from a Silverman area where basing was almost like an afterthought. You know, it was like a bit of sand that you painted, and you hired like some static grass on, and that was kind of it. So I'm still trying to get a bit braver with like nice, busy bases sort of thing. Yeah, I think so too. Um, hmm. I've just realised you rated me. It's kind of a big deal. Do you do anything like stereotypical swamp reeds or sticks with the sausage at the end? Tomorrow my comic going to send me the pics of the skinks tonight. Then you'll be able to see what the plans do. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out for that on Instagram. I guess if that's where you're going to be posting that. Oh, shizzle. The guy who rated his for Mediocre Hobbies is a fairly well-established YouTuber and ex Games Workshop studio in it. Follow him on. He follows me on Instagram as well. Just the name rang a bell when he rated us in. So yeah, pretty sure that's him. Anyway, we'll find out. Right. Ready? I always get a bit flustered when people raid, especially when they're big raids. Because I never know what to say about myself. Yeah, I've watched some of his YouTube as well. Yeah. I need to work on like some like raid patter. But until I paint on a slap chop lately, when I do get an Infinity impression, I never really did, which is painting up from a solid black prime. I couldn't tell that your stuff was slap chop. Just seen your spiky chaos warrior. That's well funny. But yeah, most of the flesh eaters and the priest of slap chop. Well, it looks really good though. But I'm the same as Nisk. I've tried slap chop once or twice, and it's just not. It isn't. It's just not for me. It's not the way I like to paint. Like I really struggle with I'm really struggling with contrast paint. For kind of the same reason. It's just I'm not hating on it because it is a very cool way to paint, but it was not the way that I learned how to paint like 20 years ago. So it's just kind of that one. That's just kind of like it's kind of moved me on by. Everything I do is from like solid coats and like layering up like color and saturation that way. But I think slap chop's a great like method. Seen some people do some really cool stuff with it, and most importantly, I think as well, like it's really accessible for like new hobbyists as well as like people who've been doing it a long time. There's like a friend of mine who was getting quite frustrated when I was trying to teach him the way that I paint, because it probably takes a little bit more practice and a little bit more patience. And he was just saying he just didn't have the time to spend. You know, we've been painting this frog for 3.5 hours, and he said he just doesn't have that kind of time to sit and do that, and that's not what brings him enjoyment from his painting experience. So we put him onto slap chop, and he loves it because it means he can get all of his D&D miniatures painted for his games. Just like really quickly, and like that's what he's happy about. And then I do a bit of commission work on the side outside of my normal job. He gets me to paint like his big monsters for his big set pieces now.
God magic is real magic.
Oh, thank you very much for the resub. 2 months. How's it going, my friend? Hope you're well. We're painting the new Slann Starmaster at the moment. These big evil orange hands. We're practicing layer painting again. We're going to get better at glazing. Yeah, glazing is something I want to get a lot better at as well. I've been painting for 30+ years, struggled using transparent paints, so used to my paints being solid. Transparency comes from glazes and washes. Yeah, transparent paints were like the devil, weren't they? Like you just didn't want transparent paints. Echo's Grand, just playing some Warcraft 3. Ooh, with an old buddy preparing for E2 at the end of the week. Nice. Are you away down to the Gamescom as well this week? Is that what E2 is? Yeah, the heat's getting a bit much like now, isn't it? I always forget how hot I get when I stream as well. Just talking gets me out. Yes, this is the Frog Master General, as I'm calling him. We've taken inspiration from a very, very old White Dwarf article from like 2004, when the last iteration of the Slann Mage Priest was released, to do like green with a fleshy belly and like orange hands. He's also got orange feet as well, but I think with the way that this guy's feet's arranged compared to the old model, it would be a little bit too much. Do his feet orange as well, which I think was probably a good call. And some color here. It was when it was like probably like just shy of a kilo of metal balancing on a piddly wooden stick, glued into a plastic base, usually on an angle. The time you'd used a hobby knife to like gouge out the hole. Considering how I'm doing my 3 Stegodons, got one assembled, starting to magnetize it, but to be honest, that made me stop want to building stuff for a long time. Yeah, magnetizing's a pain in the fucking arse. I never got why. I never got it really. Just commit and build your model, man. We've got that model not looking forward to the construction. It's a really nice. If you're talking about the old one, it's actually quite nice to go together. I remember building one way back in the way. Just get maybe like a brass rod for the flying stand and like drill it through into the base as well. Would probably be how I would do it now, just for the stability. But it's a gorgeous model. I love the old one. Same with the old Kurok as well. Like I really like the old Kurok model. Might finish magnetizing that first one, but I might just glue the two normally. Yeah, I'm so glad I never glued the top part of the bust till it done. Yeah. How much you need to magnetize? Transportation. I mean, I would imagine it'd be easier to transport with like the howder on the back. I'm assuming that's what it is you're magnetizing, like the howders and the skinks and stuff, for all the different options. Right. Yeah, fully magnetizing for all the options. Or did you go for like the 1mm magnets and stuff as well? 2x1 magnet. It's not for me, that's for sure. Right, we're going to get some contrast on the eyes, and we're probably going to call it there. We've been going for 3.5 hours. Right, so I think just getting old, not down with the kids, definitely feels that way. So yeah, we didn't make as much progress on the Slann as I thought we would. I thought we'd get it finished. Couple of false starts on the belly, but I'm really happy with where it's at. And we're definitely within striking distance of finishing it in the next couple of days. Really like the way that the orange is popping. The eyes, it's got like a very old school kind of vibe to it, which I'm digging. And you get some of the green in there for the flesh out. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that's kind of turning out. I think the green and the orange was a really good shout. Yeah, I really like it. It's like really nice and bright and saturated, and it kind of strikes quite nicely with like the Saurus that I've done. And this is the way like the vast majority of the army is going to be done as well, in this blue. So it's going to look quite striking and definitely like a centerpiece. Well, I paint the throne. I'm going to keep the throne like really simple. So everything's going to be stone, just straight up stone. Obviously, all the bone bits will be bone, and this will all be green. And then I might case in some bits of like the gold, like I've done on the shields here. Do more yellowish stone, not a grey stone. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might do like a kind of like what I've done on the banner, with bits of moss in, like, so it's like it's really overgrown. Like I really want to sell this idea that they're like, guess how I said it to a friend now. To find out, because it was such a turn of phrase. So I think the description I went with was, I'm a dinosaur living in a swampy rainforest, hear me roar. That was my vibe. I want to do Saurus blue skin with red to orange scales. Nice. That was something I was considering too, was doing that like reddy orange one. That throne sitting in the muck for 100 years before the Slann woke up, lazy bastard. Yeah, well, that's it. And they never leave their thrones because they don't want to touch the ground that chaos has corrupted. I like the idea that like it's minging, but it sits on it. That's my idea. The sandstone's a really good idea though. I really like that. A bit different. Be interested to see how that turns. So do all your thrones in that color. Nice. You could do all of your because a lot of the howdahs on the stegodons are stone as well, and the realm shaper. That'd be a really nice unifying thing. But we are going to wrap up there. We are going to go and try and find someone to raid, so I'm going to hire us over to this screen here. And my thing's a bit buggered. Get that off. So, yes. So, this is a video that has all of my social media on.
Another soul.
Thank you very much for the follow, Polly. We're going to go raid someone if you want to hang about, but feel free to say otherwise. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's hung about, whether you've been here from the start or you've just joined us, whether you've lurked I chatted. Always lucky to have you in. A whole bunch of new followers. Big raid from Mediocre Hobbies as well. A couple of resubs from Nisk and Cardinal and Echo there at the end. So again, much appreciated for that. Let's see. Find someone who is also streaming some Warhammer content. Yeah. If anybody has any recommendations, I'll take recommendations as well. I've always been tempted to keep Kin Turtle with a Thunder Mance. Oh, that would be so cool. So cool. Let's raid Island. I'm probably going to go to hang out with Shorty, painting squigs. Oh, nice. You want to link his channel and we'll go raid him? Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll take some recommendations. Here we go. Oh, that was literally who I was going to raid. Amazing. So let's go and just flash raid. Lovely. So yeah, we're going to go check out the Highland Hobbyist. That's cool. Yes, let's go and see the Highland Hobbyist. Lovely. So yeah, thank you very much for everyone who sung about. Click all the links, follow all the things. That would just be swell. If you are a subscriber, spam your emotes. Otherwise, spam your favorite emotes. Shout Risky Raid when you go in. It would be lush to see everyone again. We'll be streaming probably either tomorrow or Friday, because I'm out on Thursday night. So yeah, until then, peace out. Have a lush rest of your week, and I'll catch you very much soon. Goodbye.